Sebastian Vettel found out, and Max Verstappen as well. If you get it
We
wrong,
live?
you're carrying that deficit of
Think so.
damage to your car all the way
I want to
through.
see what is my webcam like.
Turn 10
Is this good or is this good?
for this year.
Is this too bright?
That can definitely catch you out as it did with Max Verstappen.
Maybe I'll put it here so it actually lights my face better.
Definitely lose your whole lap if you get it wrong.
Is that alright?
As well, so it's up to
Think so.
you. You go too wide over this one.
Alright, so we're 10 minutes away, or roughly 10 minutes away from qualifying. It's time to do my predictions. I've got my whiteboard here. You might notice this is not my usual setup. I'm at uni for the moment. Shit, I'm sorry. Okay, so first place. This is one of his strongest tracks. He's not getting beaten. Okay, Mr. Lewis Hamilton, he's first. Wait, I need to write this so you guys can see it. Did I say Lewis for you? Yeah, all right. I had to write that backwards, so bear with me. 2, Max goes pretty well around here, so I'm going to say Max second. All right. I think that's fair to say. Max is pretty good here. And he's in a quick car. Could be the quickest car. So that's the top 2. Question is, who's going to be third? I'm not too sure, you know. I haven't been watching the practice sessions, so I don't really know. Wait, I need to put the 2. Third, I don't know. I think it could just be Valtteri just because he's in the Mercedes. He had a good weekend last weekend, so maybe he'll come back. I'm going to say Valtteri. Screw it. I had to write it backwards, okay, so you guys can see it. Because if I write it like my way, you can't see it. So everything for me is backwards, but for you, it's okay. Excuse the writing. Okay. My surprise of the session. SOS. And I wrote it on my side, so you guys can't even see it. Oh shoot. Why do I keep writing it wrong? Who's my surprise of the session? I can't lie to you, I haven't been watching qualifying, so I don't actually know who's going well around here. Can you guys hear me all right? Can someone say in the chat if they can hear me? If you can hear me, if you need the mic closer. We've got 2 viewers. Lovely. Is the webcam too like white? Or wait for someone to type in the chat if you can. My surprise of the session. Who's good around here? Who's in a quick car? Maybe like Leclerc can do pretty well, to be fair. Ferrari won't be picked for like top 7, I would say. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go with Charles. Oh my god, writing backwards is like a skill. It's I have to write it backwards, okay, so don't come for me. That's my qualifying predictions. Charles is gonna get P5, I'm gonna say Charles P5. You know, that's not really a surprise though, is it? Fuck it, who cares? P. P5? Okay. Excuse the handwriting as well. I keep saying it. All right, so that's my quality predictions. And I'm watching this on my phone. So are you guys watching it? Do you want me to turn the volume up or do you want to listen to it yourself? That's the question. Because I've got headphones here if you need. need to plug. My phone needs to be charging though because it's only on like 20%. So how is everyone? How is people watching? I mean, we've got 2 viewers. I'm not sure if one is actually me. So if the one person, you want to type in the chat, we can have a little conversation before qualifying starts in 3 minutes. Is this okay? I've got a light here, but and you see if turning it off is actually better. Is this better? Do you like this better? I might like this better. It's the final day of the English Football Championship as well, so got one eye on that as well. Had some water. Oh fuck. This water's been sitting here for months. It's water. Surely it doesn't go off. Which water goes off, really? Yeah, 100. It's going to be 100 poles for Hamilton. Century. My room is an absolute mess, but I'm glad you can't actually see it. Is this okay? I need to know. We've got 3 viewers now. 3. Is this whoever can type in the chat? Is this better for the webcam, or is this better? Which is better? And do you need me to move the mic? Can you actually hear me? Am I just talking to someone? Hey, Katie, how are you? Streaming is all very new to me. That is better. Lovely. Awesome. All right. Bear with me if the stream is pretty shocking because this is only the second one I've ever done. We can hear you. Awesome. Awesome. What's your predictions, you guys? Do you want to? Did you see my predictions? This is mine. Excuse the handwriting. Yeah, I'm good. I'm great. I'm really excited for this. This is surprise of the session, by the way, even though that's not really that much of a surprise. Like, I don't think people will be too surprised if Charles gets that, but you know, hopefully he does. I'm a Ferrari fan, so. Whew. You guys watching it as well? Do you want me to put headphones in so you can you can't hear it? Oh, but you guys can hear that anyway. Lewis, Max in top 3, of course. Of course. I think they're just a class above the field currently right now, and they're in the 2 best cars, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Where are you guys watching from? I want to know. I think Lewis will get pole because he wants that 100. Of course he wants that 100. He probably wants 300 poles by the end of his career. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually gets pole today because Spain, Hungary, and Canada is his like 3 strongest tracks. And that wasn't even said by him. That was said by Nico Rosberg, which was it was delayed. Yeah, I'm seeing that right now. Did something happen in FP3? In delay, yeah, I can see them doing the barriers, and Michael Massey's out. Maybe someone had an off. I haven't been watching the practice sessions. I normally do, but because I'm not home right now. This is not my actual setup, by the way. If you see my other like videos, I'm in my room, but coming in at uni for a couple of days. Of course, I had to make this live stream because I'm going to do this every time there's a race weekend now. I like live streaming. It's like I like editing videos, but there's something about like I can actually talk to you guys, which is kind of cool. But I'm still pretty new with it. What do you think about Spain as a Grand Prix? Do you like the track? Do you not? I don't. I don't really like it. It's definitely not my top 5 circuits on the calendar. I'll definitely say my top 5 circuits are. I think Canada is my first. I really like Canada. Canada, Baku. I really like Baku. I like Monaco just because it's Monaco. Like, it's just Monaco, so that's why I like it. I don't think the race is pretty good there. Whoever pretty much gets pole and qualify and wins the race. So, but it's just Monaco, so I like it. What else? Monza. I really like Monza. I think that's awesome. Bahrain. I've been to the Bahrain circuit. And I've drove on the track, and that was great. So I really like Bahrain. So I said those are my top sort of 5-ish tracks. Doing that last few turns, yeah, you can't overtake it. That's the thing. If they just change a few things, so they took out that chicane at the end, it would be better because obviously you get more of a run down into the straight. You like Monaco and Abu Dhabi. You won't find a lot of people who actually like that, so that I'm surprised. I used to live in Dubai, but I never went to Abu Dhabi for the circuit. Bahrain is my all-time favorite track. Yeah, it's awesome. Have you ever been? I don't know if you have. I have, and the track is like insane. If you're actually there, it's so different to what you like see on TV. Like the track is how wide it is just insane. Yeah, it's crazy, and actually driving on it as well was crazy. Like I don't know which turn it is, but okay, so let's go through the lap so I can actually down straight the first corner, go up the hill, all the way up the hill, back round where Max went off to overtake Lewis. And then the next set of corners, so hard to drive. And then the one before the straight in the middle of the lap where it's like a left-hander, but you're going downhill. Haven't been to any race yet, but I'm going to Silverstone. I really want to go Silverstone. You're lucky. I have if you've come from TikTok, I've got a TikTok coming out about how probably today. I've got a TikTok coming out about how Grand Prix are so expensive to go to. So hopefully that gets a few people laughing, really. But Silverstone's a pretty good track. I missed that out. I should have said Silverstone. I just don't know that much about it, really, even though it's our like national circuit. I like Donington Park, if you guys know that, where the British Grand Prix was before Silverstone, I'm pretty sure. They're so expensive, yeah. It's because, I guess, the travel, like where you're going to stay overnight. I mean, if you go to Silverstone, I don't know, are you camping? Katie, are you camping? You camping in Silverstone, or you staying in a hotel? Yeah, too expensive. Why is it still delayed? My uncle lives like an hour away, so I'm going to stay there. Oh, that's lucky, to be fair. I'm from like near London, so I guess it's not too crazy to. I would definitely drive up there. I want to do a video for my YouTube channel where I drive to every single like team base in the UK, and like I'm going to leave like a little surprise for people like nearby. So if someone sees the video and they're like, "Oh, I live nearby the McLaren HQ," I'm going to go check out what I left. I don't know what the prize can be. Maybe some money or something in like a box. I don't know if that would be a good video. You guys think it would be a good video? That would be cool, yeah. Or I can do a thing where it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but people travel to like all 20 Premier League stadiums, and it's like 24 hours to do it, but there's only like 4 or 5 team bases in the UK. But maybe I can do in like 15 hours or something. because I definitely need some videos that are not just race reactions and qualifying stuff. But it's been difficult to do stuff, you know, COVID. I can't. I've got uni stuff, exams at the moment and coursework. So once that's finished, in like my last coursework set or deadline is like 20th of May. After that, I'm fucking going ham on everything, TikTok, YouTube, everything. And the rest of this year is going to be crazy. But TikTok, I think I post every day on TikTok. How is COVID in the UK? It's better now because we had a very good vaccine program. Before, though, if you ask me, like in January or February, even March, it was crazy. It was not as crazy as like America though, and India at the moment. What are you studying? I'm studying business, but it's pretty easy because I did it for A level. So I'm really bad with lectures. I don't actually go to a lot of my lectures, but yeah, I feel like for uni they should have just. So last year I was in my first year. This year I'm my second. I was meant to do a year abroad for next year, but I was like, I don't really want to do that because one, I found I really like you doing YouTube and like TikTok and stuff, and I think it would be hard if I did that. If I was on my year abroad, so instead I just want to finish next year, and because it's COVID. But so I was going to Australia, but even though Australia's pretty good for COVID, but I just didn't want to travel all that way during this time. So I'm not doing a year abroad next year, and instead I am just going to graduate next year and kind of just focus on this stuff and other things. Really, I want to get into like some real estate stuff. Yeah. Are you guys uni or school? What's going on with you guys? I have to tell you guys, last week I did this with like zero. No, I had my friends on the stream. I had like 4 viewers, but they were all my friends and they had it on different devices, and I was still talking to them. But honestly, talking to people that I actually don't know is actually really cool. I actually really like this. I work full time at the moment. Oh, no way. What do you do? I'm in online school. Yeah, I think everyone's in online school. Online school's the worst, honestly. I hate it. Oh, we're starting in 2 minutes. Lovely. This is going to be, I think, the best session of the weekend because the race is always shite here. It's always shit. I work in the GP surgery doing admin work. Oh, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. My girlfriend is studying medicine, so she wants to be a doctor. So she's always talking to me about weird stuff I don't understand. Yeah, GP surgery. Wow. How old are you? In America, we can choose if we want to go virtually or in person. Oh, you're from America. This is crazy. I've got a guy from America watching my stream. This is mad. This is mental. This is social media. I'm 19. Kate, you're doing very well for yourself if you're 19 and working in a GP surgery. So well done to you, especially during COVID. So you're doing really well. Well done. Yeah, that's mad. Social media is crazy, man. I wrote. I was doing an SAS then. I was writing about social media, and when I'm actually doing it and like writing about research about it, it's just you think of some crazy stuff. You know, do you guys want to see my TikTok drafts? I've got, or what I'm going to post today. You can get a sneak preview of it. Maybe after Q1 is done in that little break, because I need to. If you guys have any ideas, I'll take them and steal them. You guys like my TikToks? I don't know if they're actually funny or not. See, people seem to think they're funny, and I just started as a joke, really. If you meet anyone that, or if you hear anyone in real life that knows me, I always just say, "Fuck TikTok, it's shit, it's cringe as fuck," and now I'm literally on it. So I guess that's everyone who goes on TikTok and starts making videos. They kind of go through that journey. on my drafts, I've got like 20 videos ready to post because I post like 3 times a day. Always late though, like 8 p.m. Just because everyone goes on TikTok at night. Okay, so off Q1. What we're actually meant to be, I feel like this is just a just chatting live stream. I think Williams could actually get out of Q1 today. Maybe push Q3. Because they really lack speed. And I mean, this is a bit of a mix, but I wouldn't be surprised if George Russell especially gets into Q2 and actually like pushes for the Q3. Yeah. This is actually a good question. If Lando Norris and George Russell were in the same car as teammates, let's say, who do you think would win? Because not a lot of people talk about that, and I'm thinking, why don't you? Because honestly, I actually don't know who would win. Norris, really? I don't know. George Russell has won every category below Formula One, and he was against Lando Norris. So I don't know. I don't think so. I think he has a faster pace. Good question. I think probably Norris. Maybe, guys. To be fair, I think it's great we have 2 really quick British drivers anyway. So I don't really care. As long as we have a British driver doing well to take over that mantle from Lewis, that'll be awesome. All right, the first lap we have is Mick. Because I'm watching on my phone, it's probably going to be way behind. Yeah, what do you think of Mick Schumacher? I watched him in F2 last year, and the year before because there was an F2 in 2 years. I thought he was pretty good. I think he can do well, but I'm just not sure he's obviously not the same level as his dad yet, maybe, but there's a lot of potential. I think a lot of potential. He's quite, yeah, exactly. I just said that great minds think alike. He has a lot of potential, and I think he knows that as well. And I think a lot of other drivers know that. I think it's the Haas car. Yeah, the Haas car is shit, isn't it? They've got a shit car, and one of their drivers is pretty shit as well, just in general. So, yeah, I feel bad. I think Schumacher was really going to go to Alfa Romeo because I thought Giovinazzi was going to get the sack last year, but that doesn't look like it's happening. Do you guys think it's Kimi's last year? I actually think it might be. I don't think he wants to go, but I think Alfa Romeo team would just be like, we want another driver. I just don't want him to get crushed under the weight of his father's legacy. Yeah. I think he's mature enough, and people tell him, no, don't think about that stuff, because if you think about that, it brings you down. I don't think he is thinking about that until maybe he goes to like a Ferrari in the future. But do you want to hear a pretty cool fact that Michael Schumacher on his helmet every single year of his career had 7 stars on the top of his helmet, and he won 7 titles. How does he know that? He must have been a time traveler. That's crazy. When I heard that fact, I was like, whoa, that's weird. So 7 stars on his helmet, and he won 7 titles. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, exactly. I've also got another TikTok coming out, which is crazy F1 facts. So I know some stuff. I don't think anyone's set lap times yet, except the Haas and the Williams. 2 Haas cars. We're getting some cars out now, though. I think it was a bit rude of me to keep looking down at my phone, so I'm going to put it a bit more on my computer. Yes, again, this is not my setup, so I'm makeshifting right now. To be fair, do you guys see that little blue thing? I've got a little light there. I try to make it like a real streamer's cave, but can't really see it. So we're having a Perez lap right now. Hamilton's 3. I know he's getting to the Williams. Do you think Max will get the title this year? I hope so. I think people don't like Max just because of his anger and stuff. I don't even think he's that of an angry guy. I see all those TikToks where it's like, oh, my anger, or my what else is it? My anger, like, and then there's a picture of Max Verstappen, and then it's like my something else, and the picture of another driver. I can't even think of anything else, but I don't know why people don't like Max, honestly. But I hope Max does. But I think Lewis just has that experience of fighting the whole season, and Max does not have that. And I think that's what gets you. His anger is more funny than anything, yeah. We've got a Perez lap, mid 118s. Hamilton goes 3/10 quicker than Perez. Verstappen's time goes a tenth and a half quicker than Hamilton, but only Q1. Wow, Bottas then goes first. I think we could have a lot of track evolution this session, because the first one across the line was Perez, and he was 4th, and then Hamilton was next, and he's 3rd, and then Verstappen was 2nd, and he was 2nd now, and then Bottas was last, and he's 1st now. So if we're going to have a lot of rubber setting down, we're going to have a lot of quicker times. We've got a Vettel lap now. Let's see how he does, because the Aston Martins look pretty shocking all weekend. Yuki Tsunoda sets a 1:18.6. Vettel 1:18, pretty much 9. I have to leave the stream for Mara, mate. No worries. We've got some laps going on now, so we've got a bit of action going on now, so don't worry about it. Normally I'd be shouting and stuff, but because I've got other people in the house, I can't really, and it's thin walls. Let's see what the Ferrari's doing. Okay, so the Ferrari's have gone 3rd and 5th. That's not bad at all. My predictions are set on. Come on, Charles P5. I should have just said Ferrari's good quality. Surprise of the session. I think I'll just make it like pretty broad. Last time when I did this, I said Ocon P7. I think he ended up qualifying P8 or P6. It was one off. So that was a pretty good first prediction. Honestly, that was pretty good. Lando sets a... Oh, he's going to go quickest. Fastest first sector, personal best sector 2. Yeah, I think Lando is just... Oh, there's so much traffic on the last chicane. Oh my God, that was insane. He's getting a nice toe though. 8th. That's not an 8th lap. There was so much traffic there. That's insane. That's one thing I hate about this track as well. Traffic. Traffic is disgusting. Kind of like, I think I'll take my headphones out so you can hear a little bit of commentary. Why is my stream just not streaming? My phone was paused. Do you think it was Russell's fault at Imola? I can't remember what my reaction was. You can actually go back to my channel and watch my reactions live. I'm not sure I said it was anyone's fault at the time, but I thought it was just a weird incident, really. Yeah, but looking back at it, it was definitely Russell's fault. Like, I'm sure Bottas moved a bit, but it wasn't enough to be like, whoa, get out the way and slam into Bottas. But I thought it was so funny that Russell went up to Bias after. You can see if you go on my channel and watch that Imola reaction video, you can see it, what I thought of live. Yeah, I agree so much. Exactly. And it's rare we get a driver go up to another one and just be like, what the fuck are you doing? Have you seen the video of, I can't remember which driver it was, but it's like an iconic clip. It's the drivers like, they crash and they get out straight away. He goes up to him and he just pushes his helmet and like kicks him. Have you seen that? That would happen like in the 80s or something. I think it might have been Alan Prost or something. Maybe not actually.
The strike or two came off there as well. But it made his water as well. We're looking at Sebastian.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was funny as fuck.
Went off the track and continued on his way.
I was thinking we were going to get something like that.
So Aston Martin have got some new parts that a lot of people are talking about, but I think they're the same new parts they had in
do you guys mind if I have the volume up on my Sky Sports?
A little bit
Is it bothering you guys?
Yeah, that's right, Martin. They've now got the update.
My left-hand side mirror is cracked.
7 years bad luck.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I hope he didn't
I've
break it
seen that
himself.
before. A wing
You're
mirror
absolutely
is
right, Martin.
cracked.
The updates, we believe this weekend are on both cars at Aston Martin, whereas in Portugal, they only had it on Stroll's car. A couple of bits and pieces from me. The George Russell aborted lap apparently was planned. He just wanted to go out and do a sighter lap to get his eye in and get the brakes up to temperature. So that was part of his original plan. The issue with the traffic, guys, I think, is because the Haas
It must have been
have
a
run out of
stone or
sync
something.
from everybody. So they've
So that's so
actually
weird.
gone out and done their second run earlier than other people. And therefore, there's a bit of mixing around between people on in laps, some on quick laps, and those guys on their prep lap. So it was all a bit of a confusion. The Sergio Perez, I believe, has just gone up to P4.
Yeah,
Right, so who's in the danger zone? Mazepin, Latifi, Schumacher,
He's
Stroll,
been on the radio saying
Raikkonen.
he wanted to just have.
I should have predicted who was going to actually go out in each session as well. Maybe I'll do that
another
next
set
time.
like the lead.
Not sure about that.
My prediction, well, I'll do it now. Mazepin's out.
Might have been Shane
The half an hour cut, and Mick Schumacher's out as well. Latifi didn't look like he was very comfortable. And he hasn't really looked like he's been comfortable all weekend so far, just from the timings. I'm going to say Latifi, but I don't really want him to, because I think the Williams could do better. George Russell sitting in 11th.
Maybe just touching the edge of the casing or something. Let's have a look.
Find the motor. Is it as he goes over the curves here? Yeah.
And Alfa Romeo has got to go out. I think it might be Kimi.
That's extraordinary. I've never seen that before. It was as he crested the curve. We were talking about
Yeah, so we're seeing how his
painful that
mirror
was.
broke. It was a
And the
stone,
bits
I
of piece
think.
flying over actually broke the mirror. That's extraordinary. I've never seen that.
Oh, no, it
Smashing
wasn't.
for all the wrong reasons.
He went
Nicholas
on
Latifi
some kind of
is,
curve and then it like
I've
catch
seen them
just
drop
under the
out or
vibration.
drop
That's
off
crazy.
many a time, or get covered in oil back in the day.
Now, talking of dropping off, Lance Stroll needs to pull a lap out of the bag here, and possibly Sebastian Vettel
I don't
too.
want Stroll to get
Or
out because
Alfa
he
and
is...
Aston Martin are going to be
Aston
dropping off
Martin are just so poor.
qualifying. Yeah.
How did they go
Know
from
that
like...
Stroll went off the track and
pretty much
continued
the
at turn
third quickest
13. That
car.
might well have been then on his
We went
flying
from like the
lap.
pretty much third
Would
quickest
have
car
lost a
last
bit
year
of time
to
as a
just,
result
like,
of that.
nowhere. And I don't
They're
know what's
both
happening.
right down in the danger zone or at
To
risk
be
at
fair,
the
last year
moment.
they just copied the Mercedes of
This
the year
man here,
before, didn't they?
Antonio Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen put in the 9th fastest time in FP3 this morning, showing a bit of pace for Alfa Romeo.
If you're sitting at home thinking, look, why are they're tripping over each other? Now they've all gone back in the pits. Why don't they share it out a little bit? But it's a very sensible thought process. But they can only refuel them back in the garage. You only want as much fuel as you absolutely need to the minimum. And you can only refuel at 0.8 litres per second. So there was guaranteed to be a lull unless you're running out of sync and you're going to want a couple of runs. And you know, here we go to sort of rather underline that point. Here we go again.
Right, so they're going to have a look at that incident where Lando Norris was
I
held
don't know why they
up
have to
by
look at that. They can't
quite a
do anything.
kerfuffle
They're looking at
after
Lando
the
Norris'
session. And Lando Norris will be hoping
Traffic
that
lap.
he is still around for the next session as well. The pace is there in that McLaren car. He's now got to deliver it, and he's very much in
Bro, we've got 3 minutes
relegation
left.
trouble. These will be the final flying
I started
runs
this.
of
We've already
Q1.
35
If you're
minutes
new to
into
qualifying,
the
just
stream,
remember it's the
and we're
bottom
only
5 we're
finished
interested in
Q1 yet.
Q1 and Q2.
Normally
because
we'll
then they
be
go
in
and put their feet
Q2
up at
near
the
the
final
end.
10 to a battle for pole position in Q3.
What's going on
well,
there?
if he does that in the race, Yuki Tsunoda, he will be very, very happy to get past the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. You just don't often see that
Yuki
qualifying.
just
He wants track position, doesn't
went
he?
out in front of.
I don't really see anything wrong with that on the Williams release. That was just
Well,
about
Leclerc
in
didn't have
time.
to slow down, did he?
He certainly didn't have to brake and change direction to make him have to lift off the throttle a bit. But Tsunoda wants track position. He's out front. He's not shy, is he? He's not shy at all.
He's not afraid to get his elbows out at all. But look
Why are
at
we
him
not setting any
tiptoeing
laps?
around. Is Tsunoda going to pay the price for going a bit too fast on his out lap, on his preparation lap? These soft tyres just hanging on in terms of top performance at the end of a lap. So you've got to treat it very carefully
What do you
indeed.
guys think strategy is going to be tomorrow? 1 stop,
You're
2
right.
stop?
Yeah, the surface of the
Apparently I heard
tyres
we were going to get
scorched
rain.
and crying for help
when it
at the
was
time you
Monday,
really need it. In
Someone
that
put on
final
Twitter it was
chicane.
going to rain or
So,
something on
minute
Sunday. He
45
was
to
in
go,
Spain.
still in the garage. Ocon,
Don't think we're going to
Sainz,
get any
Perez,
rain.
Gasly, Verstappen,
Unless the
and
rain
Bottas.
that's out of my
Hamilton
window right now
is on
goes
the
to,
track, currently
goes to
sixth
Barcelona.
fastest, Lewis Hamilton, and he's come out on a set of soft compound tyres. His
I think
best
it'll
time
be
so far
a
on the mediums as Kimi Raikkonen then starts his
medium and then
flying
hard,
lap
so I
of
think it'll
this
be 1
session.
stop.
We'll be hoping that
That's
it's
a safe
fast enough
option
to
to be
get
fair.
himself
Or
out of the
like
bottom
Perez
5.
last week,
Everybody out
or
there is
yeah,
on the
Perez
soft
last week,
compound tyre.
he went like
Assuming
50
then,
laps
as the
on
time
the
is ticking down,
mediums,
that we are
and
not
then
going to
went to the
see
soft.
Ocon,
I think.
Ricardo,
Yeah, I think it'll be a
Gasly,
1 stop
Verstappen,
as
and
well.
Bottas for the rest
It's
of
going to be
this
another
session.
boring race, I think.
Traffic all seems to have sorted itself out. No one's really
Yeah,
tripping over each other at the
it's gonna
moment
be
as we
awful,
go
isn't it?
back on board with Kimi Raikkonen down
Can't remember the
towards
last
turn 4. He's
exciting
got Nicholas
Barcelona
Latifi
race.
on a flying
I
lap
mean,
just
the only
ahead
one
of
I
him.
was saying
Raikkonen was
in
2
my
tenths
memory,
quicker
recent
than
memory, was
Latifi
when the
through the
Mercedes
first
crashed and
sector.
Not
Max
for the
won.
first time today. Raikkonen fastest man of anybody in the first sector. He's only got that one hooked up nicely.
His teammate Antonio Giovinazzi only a tenth off him as well.
40 seconds to
Through
go.
the middle of turn 9,
Raikkonen's
he had
on
a
a pretty good
confidence
lap.
lift on the way in, but
Stroll's
that's impressive. The Alfa
personal
Romeo
best,
sticking
so
well
if that's
through
enough
there.
to get him out of
Matching Kimi through the
the
first
drop,
sector was Lance Stroll. We're watching him now in the Aston Martin as he tries to pull himself out of the bottom 5. Lando Norris has just set the fastest first sector as he tries to put himself a little further up the order. Tsunoda crosses the line. He's only 10th fastest. Leclerc
goes
goes up
second.
to second fastest. The track beginning to improve as the rubber gets laid down. The time should be
yeah,
getting
a lot of track
faster as
evolution.
Raikkonen only
Raikkonen only
15th.
goes
That is
15th.
not going to be enough, you
Yeah,
would
that's
think,
not going to be
for
enough.
Kimi Raikkonen to make it through
Mick Schumacher
into
goes
Q2.
ahead of
Lance Stroll
Latifi.
is going to be the next driver
Stroll-
to cross the line. And he does so and goes
Yeah, he goes 7th.
fastest.
Timmy's
The checkered
down.
flag
Vettel is down,
now
but Vettel
out.
needs a
So
good lap.
Stroll puts himself out of
Giovinazzi
harm's
next.
way. Puts his teammate Sebastian
Giovinazzi
Vettel to
goes
the bottom
11th.
5 as Giovinazzi
Norris is in the
now
drop
goes
zone if he doesn't get a
11th
good lap
fastest
in.
overall. Lando Norris is at risk as Fernando Alonso
Alonso,
now takes over
11th.
at P11. Sebastian
Yeah, Norris
Vettel
needs a
crosses
good
the
lap.
line, and it's 12th
Vettel
fastest.
only goes
Vettel
12th.
gets himself out of the bottom 5. George Russell now at risk, but he's setting personal best out on his lap.
What's
Lando
Norris's lap? I
Norris
think he'll be
goes
good.
fastest
Fast!
overall.
Lando Norris goes
1:17.80.
fast!
Held up on his
He
first
goes
flying lap.
fast!
Nothing to harm his chances on the second flying lap, and he's safely
George,
through to Q2. So
Q2,
now at risk
please.
as George Russell tries to make it into Q2 and
Oh.
does. Mr. Saturday does it again, and he has put that
Oh, really?
Williams
There's no way I'm
into
saying that.
Q2.
Oh, yeah,
It's
see?
Yuki
Look at my
Tsunoda,
predictions.
who
I
is
said
the
the
big shot,
one
really
Williams would
making
come
his
out.
way out of qualifying in an Alpha Tauri, where his teammate is fifth.
Lando.
Yeah, and Kimi Raikkonen's looked
Lando's
a lot better
quick.
than that through free practice as well.
Do you think that's
Did not
actually-
really expect him to end
You know
up
what?
down in 17th.
I could have
if
said
I'm honest,
Lando
but
maybe
you're right.
as a
Tsunoda then is
surprise of the
shock
session.
there.
Maybe he'll
He
get
went
like a
out little
P3.
bit too hard
I
on
think he
those
can
tyres.
out-qualify
We saw him
Bottas or
getting a bit
Perez.
too angsty, and he could have
What's
been
a lap from,
kinder to those tyres on
Norris?
the outlap.
Pretty
But
much,
it's,
right.
something's cost him dearly, but Russell
10th and a
through.
half, pretty much.
And Norris there, I mean, what
1.84.
look at that lineup. McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Alpha Tauri. That's the first five different chassis.
George Russell and Antonio Giovinazzi
Yeah,
hadn't
that'd be
made it
amazing,
out of
yeah.
Q1
That
here
way
in
my
Spain
predictions
before
are
today.
still
They
on
both
for
made
Max
it here
and
this
Lewis take each
afternoon.
other out and
Kimi
Lando
Raikkonen
wins
has
his
his
first
worst
race.
qualifying since he was
You know
20th
what?
on
I'm
the
thinking
grid in
about it. If that actually
2003,
happens,
and he is one of
do
5
you think my
drivers
TikTok will
out
blow up?
then after this first
You
part
think
of
I'll be
qualifying.
like-
Yuki Tsunoda
I
is
think
one
you
of those.
could.
Kimi Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, Nicholas Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin.
Yuki's out though. I don't think Yuki will be out because I thought the Alpha Tower was pretty good. Okay, we've got a break now. You guys want to see some TikToks that I'm going to post? How much time have we got? Yeah, we've got enough time. It's kind of crazy on TikTok yesterday. Before I posted the one that's gone pretty well, the if you don't like F1, try again. I think I had like 130 followers. Now I have 333, which is pretty awesome. 356. I just refreshed it. I love seeing the comments on my TikToks because people are so funny on it. On that one I just said, someone was just like, to quote George, fact. This is all I have to say. Five, 6, 7, 8. It's on 38.8 now. I think the reason it's blowing up is because it's got a lot of shares. It's got 303 shares, and a lot of people are getting tagged in it. So hopefully it can do well. I will go in F1, but how? I'm gonna say, someone said I will go in F1, but how? And I'm gonna say follow me, and I'll show you. What's your guys' TikToks? I'll follow you. Just leave your TikToks in there. If you follow me, just say me your name. I can go on my follower list. What you should post is say in your live. I did like a few days ago. But I think when I have a few more followers, I'll do a I follow you good because I try and follow everyone that follows me. I did post something maybe on Thursday saying I'm going live now. Well, not now, but on Saturday. But when I have a few more followers, I think I'll do like a TikTok live, maybe an hour before qualifying, to just like send a notification to everyone saying that I'm going live in a bit. If that's a good idea. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna show. Okay, so I think I'm gonna post this one. Hold on. I don't know if you cut. Okay, so what it says is Formula One when they charge you 50k plus a kidney to go to the Grand Prix. So that's one I'm gonna post. Shit, I almost fucking deleted it. Cancel. What other one I'm gonna post? I'm gonna post. That one's fine. Thank you. Oh shit! I'm almost trying to delete these. You can't read that. It says Max Verstappen trying to become the youngest world champion, Lewis Hamilton. That's pretty good. I'll post that one tonight, and I think I'll post a meme one because I normally post like 3 like one recorded ones and then like a meme one, and I'll put oh my god. So this is Christian Horner when Mercedes try and steal Max Verstappen away.
Fucking hands off him! Get your fucking hands off him now! Fucking hands off him!
Yeah, sorry. Why? I don't know why the webcam's not bloody like focusing. It has to focus. Yeah. No, that's the one I've decided. Maybe I'll post one more, but I'm not sure which one yet. Anyone got any ideas? Send them this way because I could always use stuff to post. Got 20 drafts in my ready to go. But I need to record as well.
As opposed to the mediums that we saw them run in other qualifyings. I think the issue is they need to keep the mediums for the Grand Prix. I see one of the Mercedes on the soft tyre.
Mercedes are going on the soft.
Yeah, okay. So
What's
they
that
are
all about?
carrying on to the
Why are they
form.
going
I
on the
think
softs?
this is going to be great because we'll get an insight, won't we, into Q3. I mean, Q1, guys, 0.55 covered second down to Tsunoda in the knockout zone. Incredibly close, and we'll get some proper Q3 prep here.
Right, bring it on then. As Bottas and Hamilton and now Sergio Perez make their way out onto the circuit. Track temperature stays exactly the same as it was for the first part of qualifying as well.
When was the last time that
44.5
happened?
degrees.
Like Mercedes. Like, it does happen, but a Mercedes doing that, it's
Obviously
kind of weird.
identified the soft as a reasonable race tyre. And nervous they won't get is Verstappen clearly on exactly the same strategy.
You should do something on Mazepin.
They won't get through to the top 10 shootout on a
Yeah, I
mediums.
think so as well, but I also don't want to give that guy any like
that's it. That's the one
shout outs or anything.
That's
I'm not shouting him out, but I just don't want to give that guy any
absolutely which set of tyres on the
attention,
exact corners
really.
that they're currently positioned on. You'll start the Grand Prix on.
Well, this is one of the benefits of this rule that says, you know, your fastest time in Q2,
Okay,
you get into the top 10, you
weird.
start
I didn't
on
think the
that
soft
set of
tyre would
tyres.
be the Q2 tyre.
If
So
you're
we
going
could
to
get.
prioritise strategy now,
That just shows how weird it is
that could make
because
for an exciting race with drivers out of position. But if you have to go
last
with that
week
soft
when
tyre,
we were in
because it is
Q2,
so tight,
everyone was on the
across the field
mediums
at the moment,
because
well,
the
then
soft tyre
your
just
strategy
like
gets
by the end of the
compromised
lap you
tomorrow.
just
Either way, it's a win-win.
ruin them.
Yeah, and if you're 11th and
That
back
shows
on
the
the
difference
grid,
between tracks.
as a way to help those drivers, you're allowed to choose your own tyre. And of course, you'll have a lot more new tyres to go up because you weren't in Q2, some of them, and definitely you weren't in Q3. So that's a way to try and even the grid up a little bit.
So we've not really seen a full lap of Lewis Hamilton so far. We'll put that right now as the man who has taken
Hamilton's the
5
first one
pole
out.
positions
I haven't
here in
started. I haven't seen
Barcelona
anything.
before.
I woke
Sets
up
out for
literally
another
now before
2.9
qualifying.
miles.
99 pole positions to his name. Sits nice and low in the car. Does Lewis. Thing looks just on rails through there. Sure, it doesn't feel like it inside, but up to turn 4 already, and it's a 22 flat.
Lewis some good lap.
It's about a tenth of the fastest we've seen.
Bottas
Later on in the lap, when your
personal
tyres are screaming out to be cooled down a little bit, when it really, really matters. So, and it really does look on rails, doesn't it? Up to the blind turn 9. And lean on the outside. Lewis conservative in terms of not putting his car through too much torture on the curbs. The new turn 10, you steam in and then slow the car down on the outside of the corner. We're going to see less overtaking there. We hope that's going to keep the cars
Bottas
closer.
is on a really fast lap.
Down into
I hope
turn 1.
Bottas doesn't take pole. That would be awful.
Where the front washes
Every
across
time
the
he's
track,
lost,
and it's
I think there's a stat I read.
Interestingly, Bottas, a tenth
Bottas in the last 5 years has
like
lost more
tenth ahead of Hamilton to the middle sector. We'll
races
see what
from
that
pole
does
than
for his final
won
sector.
it,
Has he
like that.
pushed a bit too hard, too soon? 1:17.6
I think
for
Bottas
Lewis
will.
Hamilton.
So Hamilton's
We're
gone
on
first,
board
but
now
Bottas
with Valtteri
will
Bottas making the dash to the
take
line,
first. Yeah,
but
he
it didn't
does now.
hamper him too much in the
By
final
2
sector
tenths.
because he was ahead of Lewis Hamilton there. Bottas with a 1:17.4.
Once again, then. Second blood to Bottas.
Not where you
Is
start, that's where
Hamilton
you finish, and that's his mantra,
not on the
isn't it,
pace,
during
you think?
qualifying.
Bearing in mind,
You
you
see,
really just need to get through to the top 10 shootout now. You don't want to
I
punish
think
your
Lewis
race
has got
tyres too
like
hard
a
if
couple
you
of
can help
tenths in his
it.
pocket,
So
to be fair.
we'll just put that proviso in there.
Drivers always do that
Here's another one.
against their
Max Verstappen,
teammates,
purple for
especially.
the first sector as Gasly 117.9 as he crosses the
always
line
keep,
ahead of Sergio Perez. Lance
I
Stroll
have to go
next
again
to
really
cross the
quick. No
line.
worries,
He
man.
goes
No
third,
worries.
fastest with a 117.9 too. Aston Martin believe these upgrades, these updates that they've got on both cars here might get them into Q3 with both cars. As Norris now
Verstappen's
goes
going to go really
third fastest with a
fast. He's on
117.6.
two.
And Max Verstappen setting purple sectors absolutely everywhere.
Jesus,
nearly
half a second.
clear of Valtteri Bottas.
Has
Sebastian
Max
Vettel crosses
Verstappen
the
got a
line.
few
He's eighth
tenths in his
fastest, but
pocket?
let's just repeat that. Verstappen, half a second clear of
I think
Valtteri
that's the wrong
Bottas.
time to do that lap. He should have done that. He should do that
I mean, Lewis
next
on a
session.
17.6. That's not entirely comfortable here. As you can see, look, eighth is as early 410s. You get
To be fair, I wouldn't mind if my
evolution.
predictions are
The
wrong and
drivers
Max goes
homing in on a
goes,
lap on the soft tyres.
first
That's
on
not as
pole, because
comfortable in Q2
I think Max is
as
mighty
Lewis would like
when
to
he's on
normally
pole.
be.
Certainly not.
If
but
he's not,
Red Bull, have they been hiding a few
keep it off the
bags
mic.
of the finest grain
when
sand
Max is
up
on
their
pole, the only
sleeves?
thing I'm worried
This
about is
weekend,
this
we
race
thought they
start,
might
because
have
his race starts
a
are not
very good
brilliant.
chance. We thought it might be very competitive, and
I think
when it
that's one
starts, they
weakness
start
in
to
his
wind up the
driving,
engines, turn
his
the
race
engine
starts.
mode up a
Other
little
than that, I
bit.
don't see what else
Well,
his
have they now
weakness is.
shown just what their real pace is? Esteban Ocon out on the circuit, coming to the end of the first sector. Ocon
Is
goes
Katie
through a
still here?
22.0,
Or is she gone?
only a couple of tenths off the pace through that first part of the lap.
This car looking nice, isn't it? The Alpine, they definitely
The Alpine
found
looks very
something with
nice.
it in Portimao last weekend, and here the toughest test for the handling and aero of any Formula One car around the world, in my view.
What's our next race?
Silverstone's up there as well in that respect, but
Is it,
tell us, Green.
But just thinking about
Is it Monaco?
Verstappen versus Hamilton, guys, that gap obviously 7
I think
tenths.
it might be Monaco, you know.
That's not normal. We don't expect Lewis
You
Hamilton to be
see-
7 tenths off Max. I do wonder, because, Martin, as
Monaco
you said, this
pretty
is the set that
Casey's
they'll
still
start
here,
the Grand
nice.
Prix on. We
Casey, I'll
know,
never forget you
as
being
a
the
racing
first
driver,
lap.
it's the same in any type
And
of tyre. The harder
Red
you
Hate
push
Power.
early on,
You guys are
the
going to be like the
shorter the
first
life of that
people
tyre
on
will be. So I
stream
wonder,
where
Hamilton in particular,
like I didn't
is
actually
thinking
know them
ahead
like
to the
in
Grand
real
Prix,
life.
thinking,
So I'll
I'll
never
just
forget
give
you
it a
guys.
little bit of an easier run here, and then it'll
Alonso,
pay dividends for me tomorrow.
personally, I don't think
So
Alonso
I think
is
there's a bit
great.
of that going on.
Really?
Could well be, yeah.
Alonso
It's,
is a
although,
funny driver. He
yeah, look at that.
was
So
very
Hamilton
good
is now
back
safe
like
by a
10
third
years
of a
ago.
second.
I think he's past
It's a
it
bit
now for
uncomfortable,
sure.
isn't it?
But,
It's well judged if that's what he meant to do. But if he did
he
mean
was-
to do
he
it,
was crazy
it's a fine
good.
plan.
When he
if
won
you're
those
still
two
looking
world
at a one-stopper
titles,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
both Ferraris
when he was at
behind
Ferrari,
him
he was
will be
very good.
reassuring. But,
But now, yeah, I think
still
he's past
7
it now.
minutes remaining.
I
It's
don't
a
know why
relatively
he's
short
Formula One, to
track,
be fair.
of course. You see all the sort of little bits of pollen in that, can't you?
But it kind of just
Floating
shows
through the
you,
air.
everyone, that
Camera shots, plenty of
Formula
that
One
about.
is the
Certainly
best
is.
race. It is
How
the
tight
pinnacle of
this is, though.
motorsport because
Carlos
all these
Sainz
drivers
in,
go to other
in
categories,
fifth with a
like Alonso,
1:17.8.
who went to IndyCar and
Down
stuff,
to
and just not the same.
Sebastian
The
Vettel,
pull of
who's
Formula One
currently
just brings him
13th
back.
fastest with a 1:18.0, 2 tenths. from
Monaco,
fifth
yes.
Down to 13th.
Monaco is lovely. I've
Yeah,
been
I
there.
started to say earlier on.
Monaco
didn't I?
is
This is what we've
fantastic.
been waiting for. That we cut to
You can walk
chaotic
around the
shot
track.
of
You can even
Lando
drive. It's like a
Norris,
road because it's a road. You can
navigating
drive around the
something
track and
like
walk around it.
M25 or the
It took me and my
periphery,
brother
but,
about
it's
maybe an
so
hour and
many
a half
different
to walk
chassis,
around the
and
whole
it's
track,
so close.
and they do that in like
And
a
Sergio
minute and 20
Perez is
seconds.
right
So
down there in the knockout
no, a minute and 10
zone at the
seconds now.
moment, which is entirely where Red Bull don't want it. Ouch.
What do you guys think
And
about Esteban
Ocon
Ocon?
is
Because
keeping him
I'm not a
company
huge
with
fan of
big
him,
understeer problems.
and I think his
As
career
reported
is kind of at
on
a
the radios, he's
crossroads.
coming back
Like,
into the garage now.
I think he'll
Understeer,
stay at
of course, if you
Alpine,
need to
but
all
you
this
know he's a
is
Mercedes
the
driver.
front
I don't think he'll
sliding,
ever get that
turning,
Mercedes seat,
steering wheel, and
honestly.
the car's
I think
understeering,
Mercedes
so
want
following
Russell.
your movement on the steering
Lucky,
wheel. And
Monaco's on the
sometimes
bucket
the more
list.
steering
Definitely
you
go.
crank on,
Definitely go.
the worse it gets because you then
Even
start
if it's not for the
scrubbing
Grand Prix,
tyre
just
sideways
going
down the
there
road. Once you've loaded, you've
just
got some
life
camper thrust
experiences
into it,
is really
and
good.
you rely on the aerodynamics to help you do that. It's really hard to drive through.
Yeah,
Understeer.
Esteban, I would love to
Is
travel
there
and go
anything
to
they
every
can do
race.
about
Isn't that the dream,
at
though?
this moment in
That
time?
is
Now
the
the
actual
cars are in
dream.
calm, firm conditions.
Yeah, you've got the
if I could go
differentials
to every
electronic,
race,
you can loosen that up a
and
little
make
bit,
like
just pushing the
content
car,
about
crank
it,
some front wing
that'd
on.
be cool.
there's
It's not even like,
limitations on
to be
tyre
fair,
pressures.
I wouldn't even
21
need
and a
to.
half
If you've been to
front,
a race,
19 and a
okay, you
half
said you haven't been to a
rear,
race
coming
before.
out the
The
blankets
only
here.
query I have
So you
with
can't
going
do
to
too
races
much
is
with your
that
tyre
when you're
pressures.
sitting in like the
So
grandstand,
it's electronic.
it's so hard to follow
Medium speed
like what
corners.
actually
Our
is
car
happening. So I went in
performance scores
2018 to
powered by
Monaco, right?
AWS Max
And
Verstappen with a
I remember
9.2
sitting in the
out of 10 to
grandstand,
be nice and
and
precise.
obviously now,
Interesting
because I've seen the race
there
highlights like
that,
online and stuff,
it's
it's the one where
Drivers
Daniel
1 and 3,
Ricciardo won.
Mercedes 2 and 4, so the driver
But
making
at the time, I
something
just
of a
like
difference in
didn't
terms
know
of
what was
Hamilton
going on. I
over
couldn't see like the
Perez.
timing
Maybe the
stuff, so I
car
ended up was on my
helping
phone,
Perez over
being on my
Valtteri
phone, like
Bottas.
looking at the updates
But
and stuff. And, like, I
it
couldn't
does
hear the
seem
radio
Mercedes, the
messages
Red
and
Bull,
stuff.
excelling
They
in
had some
different parts
commentator
of a
on
race
like a
circuit. Slower
speakerphone,
speed,
but it was
a
in
little bit more
French. So
Mercedes
honestly, I
game,
didn't know
I
what
think,
was
at the
happening.
moment.
So that's the only
Some
thing
of
I
those
like.
medium
I
faster
guess if
speed
you go to
corners where Red
Silverstone,
Bull
they have English
have the
commentators, so you
advantage.
kind
So
of know
George
what's
Russell
happening.
on a set of tyres
But
that are not brand
yeah, it's
new,
weird. You
as
can't
team
really follow
principal
it.
was telling
That's the
us.
only thing I wish they would do
Just
better.
going out there,
They have
giving
some
everything,
TV
have a bit
screens
of
up, but
fun.
where I was sitting,
So 15th
so for
here on
qualifying,
the
I was
grid
sitting
as it stands
near,
at the moment for the Spanish Grand Prix will be coming.
you know where the hairpin
his
is after the,
highest
not the
start
hairpin,
on his
the
third
chicane is
visit to
after
the
the
circuit.
tunnel, the bit after it where there's like a little left-hander,
Isn't it?
that there was like a
Just
grandstand looking at that, and so I could see the
seamless
cars
boxes are
coming
gonna
down
be
from the
now,
tunnel.
just to the upshifts.
So there for qualifying, and then on
Lovely.
Sunday's race, the
Running a Mercedes
chicane
gearbox this
before
season, and of course
Rascas,
they haven't been in
and
the
I was
past,
looking at the
Williams.
pit lane,
Like hot knife
so I
through
could see the
no
cars coming in
butter,
for
isn't
pits
it?
and everything. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
Fernando
Fresh
Alonso
air,
actually
it's
said
just perfect.
hi to me, or like waved at me, so that
So
was cool.
Russell round the final
Yeah, I guess that's the
corner,
only thing bad
the
about going to a
tyre
race. At least you're on TV and you can see.
giving him
Yeah,
a
I would definitely.
191 when he crossed the line.
If you have like TV on your phone, I would keep that like up while you're watching it if you want to know what's going on. But I think Silverstone has TVs everywhere and some like a timing tower which has each driver.
Considerably lower than an 18
So I think it should be easier.
But no new tyres in which to do it, sadly. As Simon told us, there are new soft tyres, of course, for those at the sharper end.
What other races do you want to go to? I would love to go to an American race. I would love to go to Monza. And to be fair, I've been in Bahrain when I've been to Bahrain. I've been to Bahrain. I've just never been when there's been a race, the race weekend there. I've always missed it by like a couple of weeks or even smaller than that. So I'd love to go to the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Verstappen has stayed in the garage, but on a 1:16.9, you can understand that. I think he's safely through.
Well, a lap is hot lap 70, let's call it 80 seconds.
Okay, so let's predict who's going to go out now in Q2. I think Giovinazzi's out. I've got Russell's not looking very good. I thought he'd maybe push Q3. I think Russell will be out. Vettel's going to be out. Stroll will probably be out as well. In the last drive was quite difficult. Someone good is going to miss out.
Drivers backing up.
Well,
it's going to be close.
Behaving himself so far. Here's Charles Leclerc then for Ferrari to try and get into Q3 for the fourth time in succession in this 2021 season.
We've got 1 minute 40 left of Q2.
In Portugal, last time
Leclerc is the first to set out. Max Verstappen is still in the garage.
Talking away
he's not coming out.
Engineers. Leclerc hasn't found an awful lot of time in that first sector. It's not even a personal best, and for Carlos Sainz, it's not a personal best for him either. Track temperature has just gone down 0.5 degree.
Yeah, they're all going to make the line comfortably, actually. So, and they shouldn't be. Leclerc's not going to catch anybody. So
okay, Leclerc's not looking very good, guys. My prediction might be wrong.
Part of the lap either.
Lewis Hamilton on a used set.
This is not looking very good at all.
Bottas on a new set of soft tyres. Personal best for the first sector for Esteban Ocon.
The Ferraris, both Ferraris are not doing very well. What's wrong with them?
All in the 21.8s, within about 0.08 of a second of each other as they try and get out of the bottom 5 at the moment.
The two Ferraris are 5th and 6th. Maybe. I don't think it'll be enough, but I hope they don't both go out.
Was 6th fastest. He crosses the line, goes 5th fastest with a personal best
Leclerc
in the
goes
final
fifth.
sector. Carlos Sainz, who, as I mentioned, missed out on Q3 last time out, goes fourth fastest and ahead of his teammate, who he trails 2-1 in qualifying so far this season. Next across the line, Pierre Gasly, very much at risk, ninth fastest only in the Alpha Tauri. Crossing the line, Sebastian Vettel misses out by just a few hundredths and is 13th fastest. Lance Stroll next across the line, can't improve on his time. He stays
Shit.
8th fastest
Guys, this is not
overall.
looking good.
Esteban Ocon goes 7th
Ocon
overall,
goes
pushes
7th.
Stroll down 1 and Gasly down 1 and Daniel Ricciardo.
Daniel Ricciardo's in the drop.
Bottom 5 is Sergio Perez.
Perez
now
goes
goes
5th.
5th fastest overall, but Ricciardo flying
Ricciardo's
through
on
the
a good
first
lap.
sector has gone purple there. A personal best in the middle sector is now going to
Ricciardo
try
needs a
and
good
knock out
qualifying
Lance
to like get
Stroll
things going
in
for
the
him.
Aston Martin. Can Ricciardo, who started 13th on the grid last 2 years here in Spain, make Q3 this weekend?
Ricciardo,
He can. 8th fastest
8th.
for Daniel Ricciardo, pushes the Aston
I hope
Martin.
Daniel does well
Out
this weekend,
of
to be
that
fair.
top 10, Ricciardo squeezes in, and that's what his team boss Andreas Seidel very much wanted. Giovinazzi will be the last driver to cross the line. He's gone personal
Okay,
best.
so we have-
Personal best. Not quite sure it's going to be enough for the top 10, but he does go ahead of George Russell and 14th on
So
the
we have
grid.
Russell,
Valtteri
Giovinazzi,
Bottas is still
Vettel.
going. He's
Gasly is
safe.
out.
He doesn't back off and does improve his time, a 1:17.1 for
Pierre is
Valtteri
out.
Bottas.
Why is Pierre
So
out?
Lewis improved his time as well, but all my understanding is that he was out on used tyres.
Yeah.
So why would he want to start on a set of tyres that's done a few more laps? So odd. We'll look into that. But that's what all the information is, and what the computer says is that Lewis is on used tyres.
I think it was a good effort, Brandon.
Copy that, Lance. Good job, mate.
Well, they had hoped to make it into the top 10. As it is, Stroll misses out by just 8,000
That's a
of a
surprise.
second.
Gasly
And his
out.
teammate Sebastian Vettel by just 5
Didn't think
100ths
Gasly
of a
would be out.
second. They are 2 of the 5 that won't be taking part in Q3. Pierre Gasly doesn't make it into Q3 for the first time this season. Giovinazzi 14th and George Russell 15th will be going for pole in a moment.
Right, Q3 now. Crunch
Stay
time.
ahead.
What's happening with everyone? I want to ask some questions now. Whoever's still here. I've got 2 viewers. I don't know if it's Katie and Red H Power. Who's your favourite team?
Every time you look back on what you've achieved, I think it's more the path that took you to your destination. It's the story you tell, how you got there. In the end, it's a lot of small steps that you have to take. Every single one is worth taking. It's always a new beginning and a new journey that we're embarking on.
This is our collective history.
Anyone still here? No?
Together, it's ours to protect. New histories to be written. New records shattered. New legacies forged. CrowdStrike. We stop breaches.
I'm feeling peckish. So what do we fancy for the curry, maybe?
I'm absolutely starving. What am I going to get after? What should I get? I'm going out for dinner at like 7. So I need like a little thing, I think.
So, where is it going to be? Anywhere. Meerkat wheels now bigger and better than ever. Good things happen when you meerkat.
The adverts on Sky Sports are so weird.
Really tight at the end of Q2.
Someone had an off. Oh, that's why Gasly's out. You had an off.
Turn 9, and he wasn't happy about it in Q1.
Oh no, it was Yuki.
Yuki, I guess you must be pretty frustrated right now. Talk me through when you went out. Did you try and push too hard on your outlet? Maybe what's
Well, I was not pushing too hard in the club. Just like do normal. And
Gonna need another overtaking day from Yuki,
is
but hopefully he doesn't spin out this
spot on
time.
before the lap. So yeah, I just feel from my side that other car is really slow compared to my car, especially out lap. So yeah, I don't know why they're slow, but I think most of the car is slower than me. So, but I think my team we set up the tire, but we're faster. But I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's basically
It's
it's
still
not
raining
the
outside, I
place
need to know.
I don't want to fight. You know, like the performance in this car. It's easy to go to Q2, but
No, it's
I
not
really
raining
struggle to
anymore,
go
guys.
even go to
Lovely.
Q2. So yeah.
So what do you think's going on?
Sorry.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know. Well, like I say, it's always different feedback compared to my teammates. Even very fine of it. So I have another question mark is I think before you think about it, you can't tell the car is too different. So maybe of course it's just a journey style, but yeah, I don't know what's happening. Why is
Disgruntled Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah,
So sure. My phone is so hot.
Yeah, it sounds like that, but I think he's got to control his anger a little bit. Teams don't like it when you talk out like that. So yeah, he needs to control that if he wants to stay in this sport. You know, you can't, especially with France, you can't speak about the car like that or speak about the team like that. He's got to get back, see what his teammates doing differently, and discuss it with the team, not in public.
Well, he's certainly come into this sport and he's quite confident, isn't he? When he's outspoken, that's for sure. Right, okay, let's talk about what might happen here. Now, Max looked like he had a huge half a second, wasn't it, over his nearest rivals, and then it seemed on used softs, Hamilton and Bottas getting quicker. However, as the warm temperatures, do you think the advantage is undoubtedly with Max after what you've seen?
Yeah, definitely. I think they always knew they had the pace when you looked at the confidence in Max after yesterday's practice. Yet, you know, this morning he didn't really get it together, but qualifying, bang, what a lap. And that's definitely going to hurt Mercedes. They're going into their second one in Q2, having to burn through another set of tyres. So, yeah, mentally it does hurt those guys. So he's in a great place at the moment, you know, confident going into Q3 and with a good advantage.
Yeah, just Hamilton on the use, but in behind, I mean, we're talking fractions of a second, a couple of tenths.
Do we really think he was on used? Because I don't know why you would use used tyres, because it means you're starting the race on a much older set. So I don't know if that's wrong information.
Okay, there we go. So Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton, Sainz, Perez, Norris, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Ocon and Alonso in the top 10 shootout. Let's get back upstairs to Martin and Taylor.
Respond to heat cycles. But that explains why they're showing 3 laps on that set of tyres. But it was quite clear that they weren't shiny and brand spanking new. And so it's interesting. They're the tyres they'll start the race on. They've had a couple of heat cycles now. We'll be interested to see if that pays any dividends tomorrow.
So just put a bit of heat through them and then let them cool down and put a little bit of heat through them again to do what? To help preserve them a bit for the race or not?
Well, as we always used to do with Michelin's or Goodyear's or Bridgestone's, sometimes a heat cycle just makes the compound a little bit more durable, just cures it a little bit more basically, but there's not what you normally do with a Pirelli. Maybe his hand was forced on it a little bit, but it'll be interesting to get the absolute final details on that. But that's my understanding. They were a scrubbed set of tyres, not a set of tyres that done a hot lap as such.
All will be revealed, of course, during the race tomorrow. You won't want to miss that. Hamilton, Verstappen, Red Bull, Mercedes, 18 other drivers as well. A midfield that is very tightly congested.
It's going to be a game of who jumps first, Esteban.
Who jumps
And they all
jumped
jumped at the same time. And Esteban
and
comes
everyone's
out
out at the same time. Everyone's looking for that toe, I think.
Charles Leclerc, who was behind Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, I'm
Daniel
watching.
Ricciardo is in the mix there as well. Lando Norris jumped fastest to get
Previous
out.
polls:
We
Hamilton,
are
Bottas,
going
Hamilton,
there.
Hamilton,
For
Hamilton.
Q3, Max Verstappen never been
Insane
on the
guy.
front row here for a Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton not only
Yeah, I think it's a record-breaking year for Max, to be fair, because he never won at Italy, or never even finished a race at Italy or something, or never top 10 maybe, something like that. Then he won in Imola. Never been in a front row here. Could break that jinx.
And for the second time we're asking, it could be history for Lewis Hamilton today. No other driver has ever taken 100 poles in Formula One. Only 5 constructors have taken 100 poles in Formula One, but he could do that this afternoon. Although on the evidence of Q2, Martin Brundle, Max Verstappen seems to have a little bit in his pocket today.
Used tyres, we think Norris, Leclerc, Alonso, definitely brand spanking new shiny ones for both Mercedes and Max Verstappen.
It comes down to this.
Leeds beat Spurs 3-1. Jesus.
Sat in the garage waiting for this final part of qualifying. One little mistake, one little error. Could that decide the order of not just
2 Alpines are doing very well.
2 rows?
We've got 2 Alpines, 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 2 Red Bulls.
During the course of this weekend, Hamilton wasn't exactly brilliant coming
Really
out
shows
of
the
this
pecking order, doesn't it, though?
in FP3 in the first session here on Saturday. Time was lost by both drivers. Can they hook up the perfect lap?
Lando.
We now smell the fresh air because there's no one ahead of him whatsoever.
You probably want to be a few seconds behind another car and get some distant slipstream down the pit straight without them interfering through the next corners of the lap. Is what they're explaining there to Lando.
I think Lando goes pretty well on this track for some reason. I think he must like it.
While he was on his out lap.
21.8 for Lando Norris. Having pace down that first sector, down the main straight once again, as we've seen on a number of occasions so far this season. Leclerc was a couple of tenths behind Norris. Carlos Sainz, Norris's former teammate, was just a tenth adrift in the other Ferraris. Now, Lando Norris makes his way through turn 9 to flat.
Lando's really using the extremities of the racetrack.
Daniel Ricciardo, who leads Lando Norris 2-1 in qualifying so far this season, was a 10th.
Lando Norris is on a pretty good lap. Leclerc replies in Sector 2 again. Someone's done better than both of them. Norris is going to come. We're going to see the benchmark time now. It'll be a 1:17 something. A 1:18.0, yeah. Max did a 1:16.5. Wow. 3 tenths faster, Leclerc. Sainz goes ahead of Leclerc. So it's going to be 2-2 in the qualifying so far. That'll be a really good qualifying battle. 2 guys who are really good in qualifying. Ricardo. Who's off? Perez is off. Perez is heading off somewhere. I thought that was Max for a second. I was going to freaking shout. Lewis Hamilton has to slow down. Wow, so Hamilton's lap is ruined. Ocon is currently first.
Perez turned in from the curb, but judging by the skid marks, and Hamilton still goes fastest.
How is Hamilton still fast? He's had to slow down.
Verstappen 3/100ths of a second behind Hamilton.
3/100ths of a second behind.
Bottas 10th adrift, goes 3rd fastest overall. So Hamilton.
Fuck's sake! Whoa, that's weird.
Well, he was 2/10ths of a second slower than Verstappen in that final sector.
Yeah, it was turn 13 where Perez.
How could there be yellow flags and Hamilton still be quickest? That doesn't make any sense.
Sergio's turned in from too wide. We'll see in a minute.
I don't think it's a good lap from Lando. He definitely needs to improve on that.
We're about to see it.
Let's see what happened to Perez.
Yeah,
He turned in from the gravel.
that's fundamental error.
Rookie,
He's
rookie
literally
mistake.
Turned in from the gravel, and the left rear tire is like you're having a laugh on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
such a stupid mistake.
A tyre into
It's just
the
not coming off for Perez, that's why.
He's not completely beached.
Don't know why.
He'll ride again.
Yeah, he'll have another go.
But that's
Everyone's
not
going to have
the
another
mistake
go.
he needs to be making there.
puts all the pressure on his final run in Q3. Pressure.
5 minutes, 40 seconds to go. We have a little break now because people are coming in. So Verstappen is right there. I think Verstappen fancies taking off. I think he's going to want to delay Hamilton to 100 poles for as long as he can.
67, 68. And then there's a gap, and we've got an equally tight fight. Then anyway, Ocon, Sainz, Ricardo's.
That midfield battle is mad.
Norris was out on used tyres.
Ocon, Sainz, Ricardo, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso.
Wouldn't surprise me if they were all using used tyres.
Got three teams which are basically the same.
New tyres got about 0.7 of a second, a little earlier on in qualifying. I love these banners on the top deck of the grandstand there. The drivers looking down over the pit lane. It's like menacing. Exactly.
What was that? I'm coming to get you again in Dutch.
I'll tell you again because I haven't memorised it. Call me a Howard.
Yeah, indeed.
There we go. Sainz and Leclerc, I think, were on new tyres for that.
Right, here's the final runs, guys. Might as well show my final predictions again.
Medium speed corners.
I said surprise of the session is Charles Leclerc, P5, but Lewis Max Bottas.
0.02 of a second.
Can still happen. So far, it is Lewis Max Bottas. So if it stays like this, I've actually got it right. Except Leclerc is 7th, so I need Leclerc to improve.
Performance scores, and it's the times as they cross the line that really count. And it's Hamilton with provisional pole then at the moment.
Could happen. But I think they will go faster because I think they were all on used tyres. So if they go on new tyres, I think it'll be better.
It's all their own work.
But lovely it sounded.
Still peachy.
Confirmation there were no yellow flags when Lewis Hamilton got to that final sector. So if that's the case, then he lost time to Max Verstappen. As this Red Bull got a bit of pace that Max can eke out even further to trouble the Mercedes.
Surely we're not going to see a front row Red Bull.
Yeah, that looks like
that will not happen.
You know, they're really just about getting everything out of those cars and tyres that's available. So now it's going to be throw a little bit of caution to the wind, brake a metre or two later, carry a kilometre or two more per hour into the apex, get on the throttle a tenth earlier and see if it'll stick.
Karun Chandok.
Yeah, I've just been listening to Lewis's team radio. He just said there was a bit of gravel on the track, basically. So he didn't have a yellow flag, just to reconfirm what you were saying, Crofty. But he did have some gravel, so he said he was a bit cautious in that final part of the lap.
Okay, we've got 2 Mercedes coming out. I mean, everyone's going to follow.
Leclerc, Norris, and Alonso did use used tyres. So Sainz and Ricardo were the only one, and Ocon were the midfield guys on new tyres in the first round.
Right.
And we saw the
That's interesting.
Front of the Red Bull of Max Verstappen.
So Alonso, Norris, Leclerc, who are sitting 9th, 8th, and 7th, used used tyres. Ricardo, Sainz, and Ocon, who are ahead of them. Ricardo in 6th, Sainz 5th, Norris, Ocon 4th. Used new tyres. So we're going to get a pretty nice shootout from those midfield teams as well as pole.
Flying runs in Q3. Mercedes have decided they do not want to be behind the Red Bull for the final flying run. And there they are. Hamilton ahead of Bottas behind Norris as he goes through turn 5.
And Perez has led to Verstappen has overtaken Perez, put it that way, and he's now overtaken Ocon as well.
And I think he might want to overtake a couple of Ferraris too. Will be quite keen to follow the 2 Mercedes. He doesn't want to risk being held up by a car that could be half a second off the pace of the Silver Arrows.
Yeah, Max definitely wants a faster
lap. Max wants to get out of there.
We did see him. We did see the front blankets off, didn't we?
Yeah.
Before it was let out of the garage, and presumably he's going to try and slide up the inside of the Ferrari here.
And does.
He wants a helping of Mercedes slipstream.
He wants the Mercedes slipstream. Yeah.
Down the pit straight.
Okay, Max. The mind game's going on.
Mark himself off against.
I'm telling you.
The thing is now, you see, Valtteri Bottas will just slow it down a bit to give himself some clear daylight between the 2 Silver Arrows. So Verstappen is going to be right on his tail,
Okay, so
getting that
Hamilton is the
slipstream
first.
down the main straight.
Does he want that?
Could Valtteri Bottas
Okay, Hamilton's going to be
inadvertently
first
help
to cross the
Max
line,
Verstappen
which
to
is
pole
not,
position here?
that never really
Or can
happens.
Hamilton solve all the problems out there by himself? Take it away, Martin.
76 seconds to heaven then for one of these drivers today. And Lewis really loading up the rear axle with torque in the middle of turns
Got to
1
be a
and 2.
21.7.
Up to turn 4. It's bumpy on the way in. Get it in early. Connect up.
Personal best.
And you walk the car to the outside. Flick right for turn 5. Do not lock the
100th.
brakes on the way into 5. Front of that car working pretty
100th
well.
up.
Hard on
With
the
personal
throttle
best.
from the middle of the corner. Forget turn 6. It's an annoyance. This is one that matters. 7
Bottas and Verstappen not
and
looking
9
very good.
blind up the hill. Just all throttle, isn't it? All the way round. How's it looking for the sectors, Crofty?
Advantage Hamilton so far from Verstappen and Bottas, but Perez with a personal best 21.8 through that first sector. He is
Perez
within
with
contention
personal
as
best.
well.
Oh,
28.7
Perez is
for
up.
Hamilton, but matched by Valtteri Bottas in the middle.
This is not looking like a good lap for
Verstappen is
top
off the race
3.
by about a tenth and a half at the moment. It's looking good for Lewis Hamilton
Yeah.
and for Mercedes, but don't forget Verstappen mighty strong
Bit
in
of
the final section.
oversteer.
Lewis wasn't great coming out of the chicane there. Hamilton crosses the line. Provisional pole is his, but he doesn't
improve.
on
He
his
doesn't
time.
improve.
Valtteri Bottas next across the line.
Can Bottas improve?
Can he do it again? No, he
No,
can't.
he's not.
So it's Hamilton and Verstappen.
But Perez is on a sick lap. Perez is on a good lap. It's the top 3 that I chose. It's the top 3 that I chose. But Perez could be pole. Perez could be on pole here, guys.
Realistically, one car to deny Hamilton pole today, and Perez
What?
doesn't.
7?
It's a ton of poles for Lewis Hamilton in Formula 1.
Guys,
The
my
Spanish
predictions were
Grand Prix
correct.
pole
Guys,
is 100
my predictions
in his
were
Formula
correct.
1 career.
Any of them
I'm telling you,
proud of their final laps.
that was
It the moment
awful
I
lap
told
from
about.
every
They
single
just had to
person.
push and see
Look
if the
at
car
her
would
fist.
stick,
I said
and it really
P5.
wouldn't. They had already
I said
put the
P5.
maximum
How close was
out
that?
of the
How
tools
close
were
was
available to him.
that?
And Lewis Hamilton then by
What can I say?
300ths of a
I'm a
second
time traveller.
takes his
I'm telling you
100th
tomorrow,
pole, and
Max
a
and
ton
Lewis
of
are going to
poles,
crash
as you
each other
say.
out.
That's nice work. Very nice work. So yeah,
Look at that, man. I might have to post this to TikTok because this might get a lot of views.
Great job, guys. That was hard work.
Jesus. I didn't think I would be that close.
That wasn't easy, was it?
No, nothing.
Damn. I'm happy. That's going to put me in a good mood for the rest of the day. If it's going to be that close, to be fair, I thought Perez was going to be way better.
To Spain in 2021, Lewis Hamilton notches up 100 poles.
100 poles.
But he matched Ayrton Senna's 65 poles in Formula 1. It was Spa later on in that season that he matched Michael Schumacher's 68 poles in Formula 1. He has continued to stretch his advantage on a Saturday. It is now 100 pole positions for Lewis Hamilton. 5 constructors have done that.
That was a very poor qualifying session, to be fair, Katie, wasn't it?
Achieve it all by himself, and I'm sure this moment is just sinking in. Outside of the top 3,
Right, that's it.
credit to Charles
This has been a long live stream for a qualifying.
this season that Leclerc will start
Right, Katie,
on the grid.
if Red Power is still here as well,
On the grid.
lovely live stream, lovely talking to you guys. Hopefully I see you every time we have a qualifying session. But that's it for me, really. What predictions? Can we just take a moment to look at this again? If I just wrote P4, then this is all correct, 100%. That's crazy. To be fair, a lot of people are going to be pressed now because it's that top 3, and we always get that. So, still though, what predictions? This live was pretty cool. Thank you so much. Hopefully it can be better if there's like a few more people than just like chatting and stuff. But yeah, I need to think of some stuff to do in between. You too, I'll join as much as I can. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you, everyone. If anyone else is here. Yep. See you guys. Or if you're watching the video tomorrow, that I release tomorrow, which is the race reaction. So hopefully you see that, and then look out for my TikToks tonight. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go off now. So see ya.